suspect, our first suspect, who I don't think actually is her. Alright, another non-stop debate.
Diana was the one who lured Wolfgang to the boiler room. Once he got there, she killed him immediately.
Then she fled the crime scene, hoping the rest of us would never learn the truth.
How could you, Diana? Poor Wolfie was only trying to keep us together.
But I would never murder Wolfgang.
Don't have an alibi.
Yeah, I don't believe it's true.
Then you obviously
Should
did.
it be so easy? I mean, we still have so much evidence
But
left
I-
to discuss.
I wanted to believe so badly that you were innocent. Why didn't I see you for who you were?
If this goes on any longer, I'm gonna be sick.
What are we waiting for then? Let's get this over with and vote!
I'm not sure why Grace is in such a rush. Maybe she's trying to hide something. Almost getting the killer.
Diana was the one who lured Wolfgang to the boiler room. Once he got there, she killed him immediately.
No, that's wrong!
Hold on. Grace, you're overlooking a crucial detail. Do you recall the note I found in Wolfgang's blazer pocket? It asked him to meet in the boiler room at 8:15 a.m. But, according to the Tozu tablet, he died over an hour later at 9:35 a.m. That means Wolfgang didn't die right after he got to the boiler room.
What's your point?
My point is that the killer had no reason to lure Wolfgang to the boiler room and then wait over an hour to kill him. There's no guarantee another person won't enter the room during that time. It's in the killer's best interest to be in and out of there as fast as possible. When we originally discussed the note, we lacked the context to properly understand this time discrepancy. But if we go with your idea that Diana killed Wolfgang immediately, then that discrepancy becomes all too clear.
How do you know Wolfgang didn't just arrive late?
He was already on his way when I ran into him at 8:10 a.m. He must have arrived on time.
Same goes for the killer. I doubt Wolfgang would stay in the boiler room for long if no one came to meet him. For that reason, we can assume Wolfgang was knocked unconscious soon after he arrived. But there's such a long period of time between him being knocked out and him being killed. Unless you want to tell me he and Diana were in an hour-long struggle, then I'm sure there's more to the mystery here.
Shut the fuck up!
Holy
What the
Jesus.
fuck is wrong with you? Don't you see this is a trick? All of Diana's blubbering and crying is just a farce to make us think she's innocent.
I wouldn't fall for a farce like that. My only concern is the evidence not adding up.
You
You're
know, we
still
need
not convinced
conclusive
Diana was the killer.
evidence.
Then let me show you something you overlooked. I call it undeniable fucking proof! I don't damn what Diana says. Not only is she the one person without an alibi, the blood from her wounds places her inside the exact same room where Wolfgang died.
shit.
How can the killer be anyone but her? I don't give a damn what Diana says. Not only is she the one person without an alibi, the blood from her wounds places her inside the exact same room where Wolfgang died. How can the killer be anyone but her?
If Diana lured Wolfgang downstairs, why would she take over an hour to kill him? It doesn't make sense. Not when there's a risk of someone else entering the boiler room.
What risk? Diana wouldn't have to worry about anyone walking in because she could just lock the fucking door.
Cut through those words.
The boiler room door can't be relied upon here. If Diana locked it, she would be trapping herself inside the boiler room.
What?
If the doorknob has been flipped so that the keyhole faces inside, while the lock faces outside, had you investigated the crime scene more closely, you might have realized this detail sooner. In any case, locking the door would lock everyone inside the room, not outside. If Diana was the killer, she'd be better off leaving the door open.
How the heck do you even flip a doorknob? Sounds like something only a tradesperson could do.
Meh, you really think so? Swapping a doorknob is easy. Well, last time I did anything like it was a while ago, but everyone here knows knobs are screwable, right? If you get a screwdriver and know what you're doing, you can rotate the doorknob quick smart.
If you can swap a doorknob, then I guess anyone can.
Right on. Wait, are you
Well,
saying that like
I
it's
mean,
a bad
actually,
thing?
I know how to repair and change a doorknob. IRL,
Is that why Diana remained in the boiler
but
room
it
after
isn't
Wolfgang
really
died?
that easy like what
She
you
had
said.
been locked inside?
What do you make of the footsteps then? If they were Diana's, it would imply she escaped the boiler room. How do you suppose she did that?
Diana's way of escaping the boiler room, huh? From the evidence in the boiler room, I'm fairly confident I can deduce some method. So if she's locked in by the inverted doorknob, which means her... Yep, this is it. So
This
you
is
use the metal as like a lockpick to
Near the
unlock
boiler
the
room
door.
door, I
was
discovered a
locked.
thin piece of metal. At first glance, it didn't look important, but if you were to fold it in half, theoretically, it would look like a hairpin.
Ah, she used the classic maneuver. Picking a lock with a hairpin. It can be done.
Diana probably had this hairpin inside her makeup bag, so she used it to fiddle with the lock until it eventually came undone. Which, judging by the timing of her footsteps, happened late into the blackout.
Messing with a lock in pitch blackness. Whew, now that would be impossible for me.
Right. Even if Diana did access light, like through the Tozu trinket, undoing the lock would still be difficult. Way too difficult of a situation to deliberately put herself in.
There can only mean one thing. Why could Diana not leave the boiler room? Someone else locked the door. A bucket was placed on the door.
I got it.
Someone else must have locked the door.
What?
If we go with our current train
I
of
don't
thought,
really get
the
it.
doorknob was rearranged
but,
so you could only lock it from the outside.
If you go with our current train of thought, the doorknob was rearranged so you could only lock it from outside. So I mean to say, I mean, technically we have, if the murderer was inside the room with the victim, someone else has to lock the door from the outside, right? Either an accomplice
It
or
doesn't
like
make sense for Diana to
someone
rearrange the
who's
lock,
trying to
enter
frame
the room,
the people
and
inside.
deliberately trap herself inside, which means someone else must have locked the door. I know this doesn't necessarily clear Diana's suspicion, but it's strange enough to warrant further investigation.
I'd rather resolve this thread before we move on to voting.
I still don't think Diana was involved in the first place. I mean, did she even...
Agreed. We could
Did she
easily
even
miss
went out to
something
the ballroom
important if we turn
at first?
our noses away.
So, why did this mystery person close the door in the first place?
What if they saw the scuffle between Wolfie and Diana and closed the door to protect themselves?
Instead of seeking...
You say that like closing the door isn't exactly what you would do.
What kind of asshole do you take me for?
Any chance they locked it to prevent Diana from escaping?
And somehow unscrewed the doorknob without drawing attention to themselves?
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, unscrew the doorknob in the darkness.
Didn't you hear him? He's talking about the door being locked, not the doorknob being unscrewed.
Unless two entirely different people just so happen to interfere with the boiler room at two entirely separate intervals. The one who locked the door is most likely the one who flipped it, yes?
Well, I suppose so. Else, why would you flip the door? I mean, flip the doorknob.
Then you should be wondering the same thing. How did they unscrew the doorknob without catching anyone's attention?
Yeah, doesn't sound possible.
Not in the moment, it isn't. But what if the doorknob had been swapped beforehand? Say this person knew Wolfgang and Diana were coming to the boiler room. They could have swapped the knob in advance, waited for Diana and Wolfgang to enter, and then closed and locked the door.
So the flipping of the doorknob was premeditated?
With what we currently know, I'd wager it's our safest assumption. At least until we hear Diana's side of the story.
Diana, since you were the last person with Wolfgang, your testimony could be our most valuable piece of evidence yet. You need to tell me what happened.
Yeah, you gotta clear yourself, Diana. Speak up. I mean,
If not for me,
if
or
it
for
isn't you, you have to
then at the
retaliate
very
or something.
least, do it for Wolfgang's sake.
I'm sorry. I'm really
Oh. Shit. Is this real? It's breaking my heart.
I wanted to help. I wanted to make everything okay. But all I could do was be useless. All I could do was watch him die.
Damn. So she knew what happened, I think.
It's all my fault.
But she couldn't help.
All my fault. For doing the wrong thing.
So is this a confession, or...
No!
Huh?
I didn't kill Wolfgang. and I don't know who did. But I still failed him as a friend.
So you're saying you watched him die?
And I failed him here.
But you don't know who's the murderer?
But if I told the truth, things would be worse than they already are. But now that I've said nothing...
Everyone will die, so you can't speak up. Please, girl. Diana watched Wolfgang die?
It's okay, sweetheart. Come on now, take deep breaths.
Yeah, we'll believe you no matter what you say.
It's looking like Diana might actually be innocent. It's looking like that, but the nagging feeling in my chest still hasn't gone away. Damn it, what am I doing? Because of one girl, I've been doubting myself and jumping from one argument to another. If I can't piece together my own thoughts, how can I possibly piece together this case? I need to get a grip on myself. I need to keep sight of myself and let go of this killer. Whatever is thrown at me next, I need to preserve. Because if I don't, if everyone else here was wrong, I won't leave this place alive. Yeah, and everyone will die and the black gang will go scot-free.
Has all this murder hubbub left your head in a tizzy? Perhaps you need a short break. Something to lighten the mood and let you collect yourself. Something like a nice cup of tea. Welcome, one and all, to the first episode of Tozu's Tea Time. If you haven't already, please sit back and relax. Here, we do not use our brains, but deal only in gossip.
Wow. Why is it so colorful all of a
A
sudden?
question from me to you. What are sheep good at, if anything? Most humans, and some sheep, tend to respond with a resounding absolutely nothing. Sheep cannot create art or invent medicine. For goodness sake, they can't even perform music! Their limited speech and quadrupedal locomotion prevents them from reaching the heights of humans. They're practically glued to the lower echelons of the food chain. No matter how hard sheep may try, they will never be anything more than their number tags. I can't say I like that answer. Too pessimistic for me. Plus, what of the sheep who still try? The sheep who realize their fate but continue to challenge it all the same. That they can be so determined to prove their worth when humans have all but deemed them microwavable meals. Isn't that something admirable? What a shame our sheep had to be so misguided. It seems that's about all the time we have. Thank you again for attending Tozu's Tea Time. No need for extravagant farewells. I've an inkling you'll be back for tea sooner than you can say Jack Robinson. Who's Jack Robinson? I have no idea. Ta-ta?
God damn it. He's just
Diana,
trying to mess with our minds.
Now's your chance to defend
It's
yourself.
making it even worse.
Tell me what happened.
Where do I even start, though?
How about you begin by explaining why you went to the boiler room?
Why I went there? It was... 'cause of a note.
A note?
2 days ago, someone slid one into my room.
Oh, so someone set Diana and Wolfgang up to make her like the suspect.
I never got to see who. I just heard a knock. And when I walked over, there was a note under my door.
I don't remember any of this.
Sorry. It was midday-ish, and you weren't there at the time. And I didn't show you the note later because... well, I'll just read you what it said.
Diana, as you are aware, it is our obligation to speak with those whose blackmail we've obtained. After receiving your blackmail and reading the information disclosed in it, I believe a meeting between the two of us is warranted. In 2 days' time, please come to the underground boiler room at 8:45 AM. Make sure to arrive promptly and close the door behind you. To avoid this cause, do not show anyone this letter. Do not approach me about it either, even in private. There's always a chance someone can hear. Wolfgang.
Wolfie wrote this?
Wolfgang had Diana's blackmail? But didn't he have Jean's?
Hold on a sec. If you take a closer look, the handwriting on that note, doesn't it resemble the handwriting on Wolfgang's note?
You're actually right. Even though Wolfgang's note has been water damaged, the words I can make out were in the same messy scroll as Diana's here.
Then someone else was posing as Wolfgang?
The killer, most likely. They must have thought his word was the only one Diana would follow.
Guess it worked, huh?
I didn't want to show this note earlier because I was scared of how people would try to twist it. Like saying I faked the note or that I decided to kill because of it. I thought it would be better to just stay quiet. I know you guys think I'm stupid for agreeing to meet in a place like the boiler room. And I am stupid. I just didn't want to disappoint Wolfgang in case he really did write the note, which was why I left my room around 8:40 AM and went downstairs.
Did you catch any strange movement down there?
8:40 AM.
No, it was just me. I did find the boiler room door hanging open a little bit, but I didn't think much of it. I just went inside and closed the door behind me, since that's what the note asked me to do.
What did you see inside the boiler room?
The boiler room was really dark, so the first thing I noticed was actually the security camera light. My eyes had to take a few seconds to adjust to everything else. But after that, I finally saw him. Wolfgang was lying in the water, making these weird noises. It didn't seem like he'd even noticed me entering the room. Not until... Wolfgang? Hearing his name seemed to snap him out of his trance, because he slowly rose to his feet. Wolfgang, are you okay? Huh?
I can't believe it. I really am finally meeting you.
What in the world is going on?
What do you mean?
Please, forgive me. Please forgive me for what I've become.
Is he hallucinating or is he really looking bad here?
Despite how hard I tried, how much I wanted it to be true, I could never become you. I will always be a failure.
It's okay, Wolfgang. Look! There's stairs over here. Come over here and we can get out. I have no idea if he didn't hear me, or if he was just ignoring me. But... okay. I'll get closer to you then. I went over to the ledge of the platform, the part where the fence had a gap. Just take my hand, okay? And I'll pull you out. He slowly stumbled over, and he held my hand. I didn't really think I could pull him out. I just wanted to be there for him. It was the best I could do, because I didn't want to enter the water. Staying on the platform felt so much safer. And I really, really hate that it did. It's okay, Wolfgang. We'll get through this together, all right? I was looking at him when I said that. I was looking right at him. But somehow... somehow I didn't think to react.
Oh my god, what the shit?
When he reached inside his blazer.
Oh damn.
Bring her back. Bring her back!
I tried to leave the room, but the door was locked. I didn't know what to do. I started looking around for things to defend myself with. And that's when I saw the gun.
The taser gun? Did you use it?
I took the taser, and I aimed it at Wolfgang. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't shoot him. I just backed away from him.
So she didn't shoot him. Someone else did, I think.
I couldn't understand anything.
Or maybe the gun wasn't used at all.
Why was this happening to me? Why was I being attacked? Why can't I do anything to...
I'm not like you. I'll never be like you. I won't give up until the world knows.
Who in the hell knows who are you talking about?
I won't give up until everyone knows me as...
All of a sudden, everything turned white.
Oh, that was when the generator broke down, I think.
Everything in front of me, except Wolfgang. In those few seconds, he became pitch black. And then, so did everything else. Even though I didn't see Wolfgang fall over, I heard it. His body cracking against the pavement, and his knife falling into the water. I waited for the gasp of pain, for him to groan or mumble or say something. But there was nothing. There was just me and the silence. That's how it happened.
What the fuck?
Yo, please, you gotta get me back.
That man attacked you?
Oh my goodness, Diana, I'm at a loss for words.
This is getting too much for me, bros. I think I'm gonna faint.
Holy shit. So Diana really did watch Wolfgang die.
Why was he so violent towards her?
But she didn't actually kill him.
It's
That's
like
what I'm saying.
he became an entirely different person.
Someone else set that up.
The
I
word
used
you're looking for is crazy.
trick to kill, or maybe the generator shortage to kill Wolfgang.
How'd you manage to escape the boiler room after all that?
By picking the door's lock.
For real?
I wasn't even thinking. I just started feeling my way back to the door in the dark. And then, well, my supply bag. I remembered the spare hairpins I always kept inside. So I felt around the bag and dug one out. To be honest, I have no idea how I managed to unlock the door. The whole thing was repeated trial and error.
Oh, that was really lucky.
Just minutes of me telling myself that
If she couldn't
somehow,
get herself out, she would
this
become
next
the
attempt will finally work.
prime suspect.
Whoa! Actually unlocking the doors. That's like hitting a bullseye blindfolded.
Now we know why it took so long for her to escape.
I realized why it happened. Getting trapped inside, I mean. The door's lock was on the outside. So, someone must have set the lock before I came downstairs. So that when I closed the door, I'd be trapped.
The lock is normally on the inside, too. The killer purposely flipped it, then left the door open so you would be the one to close it. As for why the killer locked the door to begin with...
It was to frame Diana, right?
Right. The killer made Diana trap herself inside the boiler room, so they could kill Wolfgang in front of her, and force her to remain by his body. Had their plan worked, Diana would only be able to escape if someone from outside entered the boiler room. By which point, that someone would be stumbling across what looks like a cut-and-dry murder case.
If the tournament folk found Diana, they would have been playing right into the killer's hands.
Speaking of which, Diana, I'm curious to know, did you unlock the door before or after the tournament attendees arrived downstairs?
It sort of happened at the same time. Like, when I opened the door, there were already people walking down the stairs. Obviously, I couldn't stay inside the boiler room. If anyone saw me close to Wolfgang's body, it would look really bad. The hallway was a bit easier to make out in the dark, so I walked over to a wall bordering one of the storage closets and hid behind it. And stayed as quiet as possible. I was still bleeding a little from Wolfgang's cut, though, and some of that blood ended up dripping onto the floor around me.
The blood on the floor was hers.
It's the blood on the underground floor! It's all coming together!
This was shortly before us tournament goers split up. And you made a run for it, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Down the hallway, up the stairs, and then as quietly as possible into my room. Since everything was still really dark, I had to patch myself using the Tozu Trinket's projection as my light. I realize this is a lot, and I know it's hard to believe without proof. So, if you guys could just give me a second. I cleared up the blood pretty fast.
There's the cut.
Luckily for me, the cut wasn't that deep. There's still a chance it may leave a scar, though.
Well, she got some crazy, amazing makeup skills. Not just for the face, but for the body as well.
That's awful!
It's okay. I'll cover it back up again.
Why did Wolfgang attack you for no reason?
I wouldn't say it was for no reason.
You're being kind of insensitive, man.
Huh? I didn't mean it like that. What I'm trying to say is, Wolfgang's actions may look random from an outsider's perspective, but from his perspective, well, judging by his behavior, it seems like he saw something which shook him to his core.
Like, there was something in the room that Diana didn't see?
That's impossible! It was only me and Wolfgang in the boiler room!
I don't believe Jean meant it in a literal sense.
Wolfgang literally saw something?
I think what it meant was that he saw something before Diana actually saw Wolfgang.
You mean he had been hallucinating?
What did Wolfgang hallucinate for him to turn out the way Diana described?
You'd be surprised by the sort of things our minds can invent. I'm lucky to have never experienced anything myself, but I know some who have hallucinated nasty things. Demons and monsters, or the feeling of being tortured. If Wolfgang went through something similar, I can see why he lashed out.
Now what the heck is going on at sea?
Of course, these hallucinations don't just happen out of the blue. More often than not, they're substance-induced.
Substance-induced?
Oh, and that's where the
Just
pharmacy
say Wolfgang
comes
took
in.
a hallucinogenic.
Hallucinogenics?
One which induced a lot of fatigue, too, judging by the way he lumbered about in Diana's account.
It would explain why Wolfgang mostly stayed in one place.
One place, which happened to be in the water.
Seems very deliberate, aye. I reckon the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious in order to drag him into the water, but knew he would eventually wake up again. So they drugged him with something which would basically make him despondent. As for where the drug came from...
Oh shit, we're getting close.
Oh no! Don't tell me the killer robbed...
I knew exploring it was a bad idea.
It? What's this it we're talking about?
The pharmacy, obviously.
Yeah, don't you mean the pharmacy?
Why the heck did we think leaving that place open was a good idea? Now someone's stolen an item and drugged Wolfgang. Fuck! I knew our promise was too good to be true! I can't trust any of you guys! And don't say Wolfgang drugged himself! Who wants to be tortured by demons?
Well, stranger people do exist.
Oh, funny you spoke up. So long you didn't say a single
That's
word.
rich coming from you!
It's just as I predicted, exploring the pharmacy and now paving the way for murder. Should I have made more of an attempt to stop people from exploring? Back then, all I did was... With cautious yet determined expressions, the students entered the newly opened pharmacy. Giving everyone unrestricted access to medication sounded like a disaster in the making. But having already evoked the group's ire after speaking my mind before, I wasn't about to make the same mistake twice. I'll just stay quiet, let them do their thing. Then again, nobody would have listened to me. Especially not with Vulcan in control.
If we know where the perpetrator got their chemicals, I guess our next step is figuring out how they did the drugging?
Agreed. It would help us better understand the timeline of events, and potentially even validate Diana's testimony.
Sounds like you guys can leave this one to me. I'm the kind of person who knows someone back to front the moment I meet them. If you haven't already realized, I've gone and read this killer like an open book.
You're the last person I trust to reach a correct conclusion.
Just you wait! The second you hear what I gotta say, you'll be eating those words!
Hitting down how Wolfgang was struck means they died as testimony. The question is, how did the killer drop it? Possibly through some liquid.
I bet the killer took a pill and forced Wolfgang to swallow it.
Oh, the smell. There's a smell.
Just jab him at that point.
Or maybe the air. There in the boiler room smell like an combination of cereal and alcohol. Didn't lead to the smell as a result of chemical reaction. Cereal and alcohol. So he was struck when he was served the cereal. Maybe from the alcohol.
How would the killer make him swallow a pill? There was no proof they restrained him.
Didn't the killer knock Wolfie out? Maybe that was their way of
I
restraining
think I know
him.
how they
can't
truck
force an
Wilkins'
unconscious
way
person
through into the
to
boiler room. I
swallow
mean,
a
there was a
pill.
hole.
What if it was a drug?
There was a hole
don't need to
connecting
eat.
the kitchen to the boiler room,
Like-
right?
An inhalable substance?
Yeah, like a powder or something.
The pharmacy does have a large collection of over-the-counter sedatives, but there's too many for us to isolate any specific one.
I bet the killer took a pill and forced Wolfgang to swallow it.
Just jab him at that point.
How would the killer make him swallow a pill?
No,
There was
I
no
don't
proof they
think it's
restrained
a
him.
pill that
Didn't the
she's,
killer knock Wolfie out?
that drop him out.
Maybe that was their way of restraining him.
You can't force an unconscious person to swallow a pill.
What if it was a drug? You don't need to eat.
Yep,
Like
just have to smell
an
it.
inhalable substance?
Yeah, like a powder or something.
Pharmacy does have a
no.
large collection of over-the-counter sedatives. Too many specific.
I bet the killer took a pill
Pill, no.
and forced Wolfgang to swallow it.
Is it?
Just jab him at that
Was it
point.
that?
How
This
would the
was not a
killer
pill, but
make
this
him
was in the
swallow
smell
a
instead.
pill? There was no proof they restrained him.
Maybe that was their way of restraining him. You can't force an unconscious person.
To swallow a pill.
What if it was a drug? You don't need to eat.
Like an inhalable substance?
Oh yeah, like a powder or something.
Pharmacy
Oi,
does have a
shit.
large collection
It went
of
by so quick.
over-the-counter sedatives.
There's too many for us to isolate any specific one.
Let's try the first point.
I bet the
Throw
killer
it at the first point. Nope, it's not.
Now hold on.
So it's probably the
Diana
one,
King,
the
a
last one.
pill ain't gonna be.
Just jab him at that point.
Wait. Oh, was it jab instead? I mean, you have there's like a pimple on his neck, right? I thought it was the smell. Like they dropped him through the. Oh, maybe it was the. Let's check out what's that. Yeah. Next to the discoloration on Wolfgang's neck was a tiny red dot. Yeah, maybe he was jabbed in the neck.
How would the killer make him
I think that was
swallow a
it.
pill?
What about smell? I mean,
The pharmacy does have a large collection of over-the-counter sedatives, but there's too many for us to isolate any specific one.
I bet the killer.
Jab.
yep, got it. So he was like he was injected with something. And he got
When
jabbed in the
Wolfgang's
neck
wounds were discussed
with the
earlier,
drug.
it was mentioned he had a tiny red dot below the bruise on his neck. During the investigation, I thought this dot was a scab from a mole or pimple. But knowing Wolfgang was drugged, it's clear to see what it really is. A puncture wound.
Considering the timeline of events, an injection would check out. If Wolfgang got drugged a little after 8:15 a.m. and was already feeling the effects when Diana arrived at 8:45 a.m., then we're dealing with something which entered his bloodstream in under 30 minutes.
But the point is, how is he getting injected so easily?
Any normal pill would have taken...
The killer knocked him up with the
probably an
steel pill.
Whilst an injection would be much quicker. I see.
Or maybe somewhere outside near the boiler.
That's probably another reason why the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious. It would have been incredibly difficult to inject him if he was still moving around. Only when they had him right where they wanted, dazed and unable to fight back, did they plunge the syringe into his neck.
With said syringe being filled
that
with
was their only
hallucinogenic.
chance.
But if this all happened a few minutes after 8:15 a.m., doesn't that make it impossible to pin a suspect?
What?
Because everybody's got an alibi for that time. I mean, Damien and I were in my dorm room, and the other party people...
8:15 a.m. Yeah, I was already in the dining hall with Jet, Mark, and Eva.
I left Wolfgang's dorm right after the morning announcement and spent the rest of the hour with Jean.
When Nona and I were in our dorm room together.
And me and Eloise were already sitting down in the courtyard.
Toshiko was giving me the medication she grabbed from the pharmacy.
And, I stayed in my dorm room until 8:40
So apparently everyone has an alibi except, well, not technically everyone, but I mean, except Diana.
Oh no! If everyone can be accounted for, they really can't discern a suspect!
So, we're back to square one?
Someone here must be lying.
And doesn't plan to stop.
What's screen and also over here? Is that a part of this mystery we're getting wrong? I think I'm getting somewhere. I may have like a suspect I'm looking at. Someone who's been very silent this whole time. He was ruled out as having no relation to the murder because the wires don't touch the water. But the position of it, the fact it is destroyed, the timing of the blackout. One coincidence is easy to wave off, but when it's coincidence after coincidence after coincidence, then there's something more going on. There's something more to the generator.
If everyone has an alibi for 8:15 a.m., is it possible the killer never actually attacked Wolfie at that time? But his little note said to come by at 8:15 a.m., didn't it?
Ingrid, do you remember what you said when we couldn't figure out who stole Desmond's taser?
To be honest, I'm drawing a blank.
You suggested we switch subjects and discuss Wolfgang's injuries instead, which we did. As a result, we ended up unraveling more about the case than if we had stuck to the original topic. Right now, we're at a dead end. If we can't get any more leads out of this current discussion, then that's a sign to switch our focus.
Switch our focus to what?
Hey, yep, and also thank you everyone. I appreciate you guys for joining me here on this crazy, amazing Danganronpa, Danganronpa inspired kind of game.
I want to take another look at Diana's testimony.
So I think we're mostly on the last stretch of the class trial now.
mine.
Back when you were describing Wolfgang's death, something stuck out to me.
It's looking freaky as hell. What the hell happened to it? All of a sudden, everything turned white. Oh shit. Please don't show me this again. It's creeping me the fuck out. Everything in front of me except Wolfgang. In those few seconds, it became pitch black, or more like he got roasted. And then so did everything else. What's
The flash of light Diana described must have been the generator exploding, with the darkness afterwards being the blackout. Think about the order of events there. In just a few seconds, the boiler room's generator explodes, and Wolfgang falls over dead. Doesn't it sound like the two are correlated?
Oi, didn't we go over this already?
We did. The generator has nothing to do with Wolfgang's death. Its wires weren't touching the water.
Indeed. Which is why the murder weapon is the taser gun.
Diana said she never used the taser, though.
What?
God damn it. I'm back to this again.
That's not true! I never fired the gun!
Just can't go around saying people is lying, and then you have
It's
to
all
take
good.
that as the truth.
I believe you.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna believe her.
Sure, nobody can dispute the gun was fired.
Coming from the
What
gun
can be
expert
disputed, though,
himself,
is when it got fired.
I got the credibility from him.
I wouldn't be surprised if the killer fired that gun way in advance. Like, sometime before Wolfgang arrived downstairs and left it in the boiler room for us to find later.
What? So the taser gun isn't the murder weapon?
I think it's more like a stun gun to stun him instead.
If Wolfgang wasn't killed with the taser gun or the generator, what other options are we left with?
The taser gun is the only option which makes sense. The murder weapon can't be anything else.
The true murder weapon. Is it possible there's a source of electricity we haven't considered yet? Am I grasping at straws by thinking something like that?
And anyway, the only proof Diana never shot the taser is her own word.
Huh?
Ava! All the evidence supporting your version of events is circumstantial.
Well,
The note you showed us? That could be a fake alibi you made for yourself.
why does it seem Eva is so
The fact that it has the same handwriting as Wolfgang's is already suspicious.
Couldn't that just mean the same person tricked them?
If you earnestly believe Diana didn't write it, then maybe. But do you see what I'm saying? There's no proof Diana never wrote the notes. There's only her word to go by.
I mean, they can compare their writings, right? Their handwriting.
Because if she did write them, everything about her entering the boiler room at 8:45 a.m. and being locked inside could be a total lie.
I get what you're saying. But if we run with the idea that Diana was the one waiting for Wolfgang all the way back at 8:15 a.m., then we're stuck with the issue we had last time. Why did Diana wait over an hour to kill him?
That's also circumstantial. None of us know what really went on between those two in an hour. Ruling someone out because they took a long time to murder is stupid.
Without context? Sure, I'd say the same.
So she's still implying that Diana is lying about the words.
But since the boiler room is unlocked, anyone can enter. If Diana knocked Wolfgang out, then she took over an hour to kill him with that info invite.
Okay, but who would enter? No one wants to make a detour down some gross, freaky-looking basement. The boiler room is probably the most covert place a person can be.
Most covert place? The words do make sense. After all, I chose to meet Tozu in the boiler room for that very same reason.
Diana claims she didn't write the notes, and she claims she didn't shoot the gun. But where's the hard proof she didn't do any of these things?
Yep, I think we need some conclusive evidence.
The answer lies in what destroyed the generator.
What?
Didn't we already talk about that?
All you guys did was discuss theories, never anything concrete. Settling for a theory isn't good enough when our lives are on the line. In the same way Ava can't rule out Diana's involvement in the case, we can't rule out the generators.
So, we have to figure out what destroyed the generator? What should we do? Just throw out ideas?
It's what we've been doing this whole time.
Oakley dokley. All right, everyone. Let's put our thinking hats on. If we work together, we'll unravel this mystery for sure. Ready? On your marks, get set, go!
The streamer girl has all the energy. Wow, six.
Why did the generator blow up?
Could have just been an electrical fault.
So, a coincidence?
Is this the best situation? To be waving stuff off as a coincidence?
Did the killer throw something at the generator that made it explode?
Perhaps
Would it? I mean,
it's the fault
throw
of
it at
taser
something
gun?
at the generator and make it
The electrical
explode.
discharge it released might have connected with the generator and created an overabundance of energy, which caused everything in the circuit to pop.
Probably. There's no proof anything besides was involved.
No.
That's not significant enough proof.
Alright, let's try
Why
this
did
one.
the generator blow up?
Could have just been an electrical fault. You never know.
Why did the generator blow up?
So, we
Could have
can't
just
rule
been an
out it's an
electrical
electrical fault.
So, a coincidence?
And shooting in the generator. The wires were melted and were remained to have been completely sick. Yeah, it's likely an electrical fault.
Is this the best
Or
situation?
like a small
To be waving
explosion.
stuff off as a coincidence?
Because there was like
Did
pop
the
sound there.
killer throw something at the generator that made it explode?
Perhaps it's the fault of the taser gun? The electrical discharge it released might have connected with the generator and created an overabundance of energy, which caused everything in the circuit to pop.
Probably. There's no proof the taser was involved.
No, that's wrong!
Oh, that was surprisingly easy. I thought it was something.
Unfortunately, Ava, I have to disagree. You say nothing but the taser could have been involved in the murder. But there's one possibility you didn't consider. The shrapnel in the water.
You mean those bits of red metal which were floating around?
Right. The ones that look like the aftermath of an explosion. Due to their proximity to the generator, it's safe to assume the two are connected.
Can't that just be debris left by the generator?
Except this debris is a completely different color and lacks the rust the generator has accumulated. We're obviously looking at the remnants of something else, which means an object we haven't yet identified was caught in the explosion.
What? There was something else. I think that's probably the one that's running the extension cord. No? What? Oh man, the time went by so quick. Yeah, let's go with the extension cord.
In the water was also an extension cord, half of which had been burnt away.
Huh? Did the cord get caught in the explosion?
Seems that cord has the misfortune of floating around the wrong place at the wrong time.
From what I saw in my investigation, the building's extension cord supply seems to be kept inside storage closet D. So in a way, yeah, it was definitely in the wrong place.
Storage closet D, huh? It was hard to make out much of it in the dark. And after the power came on, Kai came screaming for us to leave our closets. But I do recall seeing some extension cords peeking out from behind a shelf.
Since we already know the killer raided one storage closet, anyone else willing to bet they raided this one too?
The hell did they need an extension cord for?
Probably something involving the generator, given its proximity to the cord.
Same thing with the red bits, even though we don't know what they are.
Right, the rape shrapnel. It definitely isn't debris left by the generator, so what exactly is it? So far, nothing in the boiler room can be directly tied to the shrapnel. At least not any of the clues that have already been discussed in this trial. If I were to flip my thinking and consider the clues we haven't discussed yet, there's no proof what I have in mind is related to the shrapnel, but when all other options are ruled out, I can only turn towards the one that hasn't. Yep, the process of elimination, the one thing the mysterious shrapnel might be related to. Hey, I think this is where we were earlier. The one thing that the shrapnel is related to. Is it the taser gun? Or was it the rolling pin? Or was it this? The smell? Yeah, it's probably the smell.
This is it. Hold that thought. We may be able to identify the shrapnel using context clues. During the investigation, there was a strange smell permeating the boiler room. It took me a moment to notice, but when I did, well, the best way to describe the scent would be if you mix cereal and alcohol together.
Cereal and alcohol? Talk about specific.
Tis a sign a chemical reaction was at play.
Wait, you recognize the smell?
Chemical reactions can produce some pretty pungent odors. Usually something to the tune of alcohol mixed with cereal, or fruits, or eggs. I noticed the smell going into the investigation, but it had completely slipped my mind until now.
Could it be a chemical reaction was caused by the taser?
The gun never touched the water. There's no reason for it to be the source of the smell.
What about the generator?
Considering the state of it, that generator would smell more burnt than anything else.
If the chemical reaction can't be explained by what we already know, like the generator or the taser gun, we need to consider the possibility that the explanation is the one piece of evidence still evading us, the shrapnel.
Can someone translate this into less complicated talk?
It was just a long-winded way of saying he's using process of elimination.
I know it sounds like a stretch, but if you follow this line of reasoning, a lot more questions start getting answered. Think about it. If the smell and shrapnel are linked, then whatever object the shrapnel belongs to must contain chemicals.
So we're looking for a metal object, which is also packed with chemicals?
Surely something like that would be kept inside the pharmacy.
Looking at my note, when we originally visited the pharmacy, I recorded everything I saw. A bright red metal object would have definitely caught my eye, but I don't see one written here.
I got lots of metallic objects in the dorm room, but nothing chemical. Just big old slabs of metal.
Big old slabs of metal. What does that sound? Why does that sound so familiar? Hold on, that's right. What Ingrid said just now is similar to what she said the night everyone began bunking together. At the time, people were talking about their dorm rooms being themed around their talents. Could it be? Could the shrapnel actually be the remnants of the unique device that guy posted about having in his room? The remnants of the unique device that the guy posted about having in his room. Who are you talking about? Desmond? Is it Desmond? What device? Washing machine? The only way to know for sure is to put you on the spot. Oh no, shit. Are you getting close? Oh shit, the boy's gonna drop now. Incoming, incoming. I don't know, man. What's this all about? Who bragged about having a device in this room? Was it Merle? Was it me? Or is it Jet? Unique device in this room. Oh, is it the one with the DJ? Is it him? Oh, it's not an equipment related to music. It's mostly related to their talent. No. Or is it God? One of the louder ones? So you're talking about Jet, right? Or maybe Jet? No? It's not the one who has it in his dorm room. There's only like 6 or 7 guys.
It has to be you!
Oh no.
Jet, I need to ask you something.
What's up?
Can you tell me what's inside your dorm room?
Like, a full-on list?
Whatever works.
I got a pretty gnarly collection of parts and accessories. Blind spot mirrors, lithium batteries, wheels, spare brakes, you name
all
it.
things related to engines and automotives.
Oh, I even have the legendary mantle from the 1984's Grand Prix winning speedster.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
Cool! So, why'd you want to know? Unless... Wait, I'm not being suspected, am I? No, don't try and rope me into this, bro! I've got nothing to do with the murder!
Well, is it him?
I know you don't. You have an alibi. The only reason I ask is because that mysterious red shrapnel may be the remnants of one of your lithium batteries.
What?
I see. A lithium battery might explain the smell in the air.
And lithium? That's an explosive substance. If it made contact with water, gosh, you'd be left with a mess and a half.
Yep. This one we gotta save this.
Wouldn't someone have heard an explosion, though?
I did.
Really?
During the tournament, right before we lost power.
Oi, that's right. There was a boom.
Wait! I remember hearing it too!
I initially assumed the generator made the noise somehow. But if Jet's car batteries contain an explosive substance...
Hey, Jet, were your batteries bright red at all?
Maybe?
You don't know for sure?
I never took the batteries out of their packaging. The packaging isn't red, I can tell you that, but the actual batteries? Yeah, I got nothing.
So it can't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
Pretty much.
Well, what's the reaction time of a lithium battery?
The reaction time?
When a lithium battery hits the water, how long does it take to combust? I think, once we know that, we can decide whether or not the battery is relevant to the case.
A lithium battery would be an almost instantaneous reaction, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Lithium isn't a metal I've worked with, but it got beat into my head never to mix it with substances it doesn't like. All that electricity, the battery would have let out when it hit the water. It must have went straight into poor Wolfie.
There's warning labels on the battery for a reason.
Okay, if the reaction is instantaneous, then the battery would have entered the water only seconds before the generator exploded. That's really weird.
Is it?
According to Diana's testimony, when the explosion happened, she was still holding the taser gun. In which case, who threw the battery into the water?
Well, of course, this is that's the real killer, right?
Huh. Good point.
So we gotta figure out.
We can rule out Wolfgang, since the Blackens can only be a student who kills another student. And Diana.
It was only Diana and Wolfgang in the boiler room, so unless Diana herself was the one to throw the battery, then the battery can't play a part in the murder.
I didn't throw the battery. I promise.
The shrapnel and the generator are too close for comfort. They must be correlated. I'll admit that Diana throwing the battery is a possibility, but that's always a possibility. There may still be another way for the battery to enter the water, and until I root that out, I will settle for the culprit just. Well, I think I know what you're talking about. That is where that's the hole that we've been talking through the shroud. The hole that
the battery is related to the case. Only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But My arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
Wait,
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been submerged another way. Perhaps something akin to what Eva described?
If that battery is the murder weapon, why is there a taser gun?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water, a few inches from the generator.
Not the hardest shot to make.
Just from the generator. Everyone was quick to say the battery is true, but when I consider the boiler room and which objects the killer could leverage, what the person considers impossible starts to sound anything but.
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
Half of the generator is reported Okay, I think it's related to the extension.
My arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. It must have been submerged another way.
Someone placed the
Perhaps
battery
something akin to
somewhere
what
high.
Eva described?
If that battery
And it was
is the
dropped
murder
into
weapon, why is there a
to the
taser
water
gun?
when the blackout happened.
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water, a few inches from the generator.
Not the
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from.
No.
Now is not the time for jokes.
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
Now the shrapnel is all in pieces, right?
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been submerged another way. Perhaps something akin to what Eva described?
If that battery is the murder weapon, why is there a taser gun?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water, a few inches from the generator.
No.
Landed in the water, a few inches from the generator. The evidence tells a different story, mate.
Hey, see, that's the vent above the generator. So maybe possibly I think someone placed the battery on the generator on top of it and push it down to make the explosion happen or something.
Diana could have thrown it in the water.
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen.
No, that's wrong! No. The battery might actually have fallen from the generator.
What makes you say that?
The shrapnel's position in front of the generator suggests there's a correlation between the two. However, it's unlikely Diana threw the battery at the generator.
Yeah, you need to have like some tremendous strength to make the generator explode by throwing it in, right?
Not only is the boiler room difficult to see in, the generator is positioned far enough from the concrete platform.
And also she's
Diana,
injured.
with her wounded arm, would need to stand on the platform's edge to make the shot. Which would obviously put her in danger of being attacked by Wolfgang again.
Yeah. Wolfgang was really close. He could reach over to me if he wanted.
If the battery hadn't been thrown, the only other possibility is that it fell down into the water. And considering the layout of the boiler room, what else could the battery fall off of? Except the generator.
Are you saying the battery was sitting on top of the generator?
Yep, that is it. That's what I'm exactly saying and finding. What? No? Leaning, teetering, probably suspended.
I got it.
The battery may have been suspended over the generator.
Suspended over?
Using a cord. Yep, this probably is most likely the cord.
This is it.
The killer could have tied the extension cord around the
It's
battery.
like DR2 over
and
again.
slung the battery over the generator. If the cord and battery were tied together at the time of the generator's explosion, it would explain why half of the cord had been burned away.
The more you explain it, the more unbelievable it sounds.
What if that's the point? Maybe the killer chose a crazy method because no one would believe it.
I don't see how weaving a cord into the mix is any more beneficial than leaving it out. If anything, the cord adds extra weight.
Which would be especially inconvenient for Diana, because her arm is bleeding.
Right. It wouldn't benefit Diana to hold the cord. So, what if she didn't? Something else may have been supporting the cord instead.
Okay, I was holding a third person, was holding cord wasn't involved, and object was holding the cord.
I got it.
Throughout this trial, we've assumed the killer held the battery in some form or another. If the battery was on its own, the killer tossed it in. If the battery was wrapped with a cord, the killer held the other end of the cord. But in the same way something else can hold the battery, can't something else also hold the cord?
Ugh, my head's starting to spin.
Are you talking about something which could keep the cord in place?
Something to keep the cord in place. If I imagine the cord and the battery is tied around in front of the generator in the same spot where the shrapnel has surfaced, what is the other end of the contact. The other end of the contact. The vent.
This is it.
Was tied to something through the vent.
The killer
which is connected to the dining hall.
The cord to the vent.
What vent?
There's a vent right above the generator.
It connects the boiler room and the dining hall.
There's a vent above the generator?
You should remember some light shining into the boiler room. That's where the vent is. The vent itself is set a bit far back into the wall. So, you probably assumed the spot was a small window or something.
If the boiler room and the dining hall are separated by one vent, does this make the wallpaper thin, or...?
There's two vents. The boiler room vent and the dining hall vent. Both are connected via a small ventilation shaft. I was able to get a close look at the boiler room vent after Ava and I woke up, which is why I know these details.
How close is close for someone under 6 foot?
Oh shit. I don't like how this is going.
Ava helped me reach the vent.
Only someone who knows about the vent can use it. And there's like only a few people.
Letting me sit on her shoulders.
Quite the visual.
Anyway, if the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent, and the other end around the battery, they could suspend the battery over the generator.
Something like that would result in an explosion.
No.
You say the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end to the battery. However, indoor extension cords are much longer than regular cords. They can be upwards of 9 or more meters in length, as opposed to the average cord's 2 meters. 9 meters is significantly longer than the distance between the vent and the boiler room floor. If the killer wanted to tie the battery to the cord's other end, they would be tying it to something which is already submerged in water.
Something already submerged in water.
I see. It is an impossible setup.
Not necessarily. The killer can have greatly reduced the length of cord by doing that. How did the killer reduce the length of the cord? Tying cord around it, wrapping cord around battery, cutting the cord. Let's go with...
I got it.
The extension cord is pretty thin and flimsy. If the killer wanted the battery to be secure, they need to wrap a lot of cord around it. Probably to the point there wouldn't be much spare cord remaining. Which is a good thing, because this spare cord is what the battery will be suspended by. So long as the spare cord isn't too long, the battery will sit safely above the water.
So much effort.
Agreed. How do you even submerge the battery into the water under those circumstances?
By adjusting the cord's position. All the killer would need to utilize is a certain aspect of the boiler room. Certain aspect of the boiler room? Do you mean they used the pipe here to adjust the vent? To adjust the cord's position. This case, don't you mean the vent?
This is it.
Like I mentioned earlier, I gave the vent a close look after originally waking up in the boiler room. Part of my inspection included opening the vent to get a better look at the other side.
The vent can be opened?
Not all the way, but far enough for the vent to cause a domino effect if then closed. In our case, a domino effect involving the extension cord tied to it. If we assume the vent must be open for the battery to remain a safe distance above the water, we end up with a pulley system. To prevent the battery from entering the water, the vent is literally holding the entire cord backwards.
To prevent the battery from entering the water, the vent is situated in a tight compartment.
Ergo, it's not just the killer's own measurements keeping the battery in place, but the vent itself. Having opened one of these vents before, I can tell you how tough they are to move.
Rubbing my fingers around the grate directly in front of me, I put as hard as I could.
A lightweight battery definitely isn't heavy enough to pull one shut. It takes an actual person to close one. Which is great for the killer, because it means they get to maintain full control over when the battery enters the water. If they close the vent, the cord should slide forward and submerge the battery into the water. When that happens, the boiler room water becomes electrified by the battery's components, which in turn causes electricity to pass directly into the body of Wolfgang, who is standing in the water.
Yup, catching you up to this point.
Exactly which vent is the cord being tied to?
There's only
The
one
boiler
vent,
room
right?
Funny. Earlier, you said there's a small vent shaft connecting the boiler room vent to the dining hall vent. Assuming the killer is operating this trap from outside the boiler room, since we know there were only ever 2 people in that room, how would they even be able to reach the boiler room vent?
Maybe they use something to connect both
Like you
vents
said,
together.
there's a separate vent in front of it.
I've been assuming the cord is tied to the boiler room vent, but I failed to consider the ventilation shaft. It becomes considerably harder to reach the boiler room vent if you have to reach down the shaft first. Not just that, I've never tested to see if the boiler room vent can open inwards. I only got it to open outwards. By that logic, I vent on the opposite side of the shaft.
This could only mean one thing. The killer never tied the cord to the boiler room vent. They tied the cord to the dining hall vent.
That just creates the same problem as before, but reversed. Instead of the dining hall vent making it hard to close the boiler room vent, it's the boiler room vent making it hard to reach the dining hall vent.
While the vents may seem like an obstruction, especially since they can't be opened all the way, there's a very easy workaround.
Yeah.
All the killer needs to do is fit the extension cord between the grates of the boiler room vent.
Oh yeah, the grates. You mentioned something about them earlier. Right. When you described opening the boiler room vent.
Wrapping my fingers around the grate directly in front of me, I pulled as hard as I could.
If you can fit your fingers between the grates, there's no damn way you can't fit a cord.
Exactly. After which, you could slide the cord through the ventilation shaft and out the opposite end for the killer to then go and tie to the...
Actually...
What's your problem now?
Hello?
What is it now?
There's something I still don't understand about your theory. It's to do with the logistics of the cord.
The logistics?
Its size.
Its size.
I understand the boiler room vent can be opened. Maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder.
I don't see a problem here. The killer doesn't even need to open that vent, because they could simply slide the cord between the grates.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't. How can the killer fit both those plugs between the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point, and someone else closed it. That is my issue. Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
The knife.
How can the killer fit both those plugs between the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point, and someone else closed it. That is my issue. Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
Wait, it's very related
How can
to
the killer fit both those plugs between
cord.
the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point, and someone else closed it. That is my issue. Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
I'll cut through those words!
If you insert the cord through the boiler room vent first, it's possible to fit the cord through. You just need to start with the internal plug. The cords in storage closet D have a slim internal end. This can easily be slid through the gaps in the vent. Once the killer ties the cord around the dining hall vent, presumably with a knot, the cord won't be at risk of sliding back out either.
Wait. Once the killer ties the cord around the dining hall vent, presuming with a knot, the cord won't be at risk of sliding back out.
I see. When put like that, whether or not the boiler room vent was closed isn't really relevant.
I mean, it does affect how the...
How'd you figure all this out from some shrapnel and an extension cord? This is crazy!
At the same time, what he's describing sounds plausible.
Since the battery was suspended over the generator, it's no surprise the machine ended up the way it did. Fortunately for Diana, she was safe by virtue of remaining on the platform. I imagine that was also the killer's intention.
The killer kept her on the platform?
They must have known they were injecting Wolfgang with a hallucinogenic. So, it's possible they hoped his behavior would scare Diana off from entering the water. Although, Even if Diana did die, the moment people realized only she and Wolfgang entered the boiler room, they probably call the whole thing a murder gone wrong.
Well, all of this certainly changes things.
Huh?
If the killer is someone who needed access to the vent and needed to be operating from the dining hall, then everyone who attended the tournament is a suspect.
What?
No way!
One of the tournament attendees is the killer? Damn it! How do I not realize it? The fact the killer could even access the vent means there must have been the dining hall at the time of Wolfgang's murder.
So we can reduce it down to 8 people. Damon, Kai, Grace, Eva, Cassidy, Jed, Mark, and John.
Holy crap, there's like a lot of people.
It was probably Cassidy. She set the whole thing up.
Hey, I was only trying to improve the mood.
It wasn't me. I was playing a game with Damon when the lights went out.
I had to play music.
Me too.
You too? You have to do anything, I think. You're just watching, right?
You never touched my equipment.
I meant I was watching Kai and Damon play.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were watching.
spectating as well.
And you too.
Me too.
Me 3! And Cass 2, I think? I was too focused on the game to remember who was or wasn't there.
If everyone's telling the truth, then all 8 of y'all were crowded round the same spot?
Near the right wall where the TV was set up. It's also the furthest wall from the vent.
Seems like someone is lying again.
The tournament participant who flipped the vent. I could deduce who that person is by determining everyone's position directly before the blackout. The problem is, I myself have been totally preoccupied with the game. I never got a good look at the actual people around me. Never got a good look. Wait, is that it? While I never got a good look at the others, I can still deduce their general positions, and if they were near me, from whether or not I heard them. Think, dumb, think. Who and what did I hear back then? Can't even remember who was speaking during that time through the darkness. The only person I never heard was you. Who? Who is it? I can't remember. She's not just long as far, so that means it's not gonna be her. Is it you? Oh, now I remember, the vent is on the left. While the DJ set is on the right. And I believe Vera was standing near the vent. Jed as well. Desmond was in there, and Grace. Grace shot her right. Jen was the one who was suggesting the light. So Jen was in the one. It's Kai. Oh yeah, it was sitting like this. No way, I don't want to do this, but is it really you? No, my girl.
It has to be you!
No. I mean, why is it has to be you?
The killer is Ava.
Huh?
Ava's the only one whose position I can't account for. Mark was mixing a track at the time Kai and I were playing a
How are
game.
you so sure?
So I know he must have been
remember
stationed
everything?
at his pad.
Alright. Mark was mixing the track. Kai and Dama was playing the game.
And everyone else? I remember hearing their voices over the sound of the game. Everyone. Except Ava. In fact, the last I saw her, she was standing in the corner of the room with the vent.
So Ava flipped the vent?
Oh man! And the reason no one heard it is because the music was too loud!
Don't blame me. I was just doing what I was told.
No one's blaming you. We're all in on Eva.
Care to contribute anything, Eva?
Can't believe this. Is it really Eva?
I didn't flip the vent.
Well, Damon says you did.
Damon says a lot of things.
Oh
While you aren't technically wrong, I don't think that counts as an argument.
His theory is full of plot holes. He just refuses to point them out.
What plot holes?
The cord.
What?
In retrospect, you were so quick to accuse me that you overlooked a huge problem with the cord. If I'm the killer, how did I dispose of it?
I mean, the cord is still in there, right? It's not being disposed of?
Trick question. You left the cord tied to the vent.
What then? It unraveled by itself and fell into the water?
Yeah, you got me there.
I'm sure it's possible if she knew to untie it at the right time. She was wet. During the blackout.
I got it.
To dispose of the cord. You just untied it during the blackout.
She untied the knot during a blackout?
Being the one who set up the trap, Ava could have easily practiced untying the knot in advance. Or she just made it a really simple knot. Either way, it wouldn't be any more difficult than untying your shoelaces with your eyes closed.
If Ava untied the cord, did it also fall into the water?
Diana's testimony says as much.
It does?
During your confrontation with Wolfgang, you recounted hearing certain sounds. The first sound was obviously the battery exploding. And the second, when you first recounted the story, you said it was the sound of the knife hitting the water. But why would a thin knife make such a big splash?
Then, do you think...
What really caused that sound was probably the extension cord falling into the water.
When you say it that way, it does seem likelier.
I should have known. The kid who lied about her talents and tried to lie about the Tozy trinkets. I should have known. I should have known only Eva fucking Sadaka would kill Wolfgang!
You're right that Eva's lied to us several times already.
I hate this.
But she's just a mathlete. How did someone like her come up with something this complicated?
Such a freaking ass plot twist. I mean, it's really good, but I mean, she's one of my favorite characters.
Her talent would give her the upper hand in all that measurement nonsense.
Even so, the sheer volume of items Eva had to steal. She's been under heavy suspicion these past few days. How did she sneak into Jet and Desmond's rooms without being noticed?
It's impossible. Wolfgang even got mad at me for being late to the dining hall by a few minutes. I've been watched the entire time I've been here. There's no way Jet wouldn't have noticed me taking his battery.
Right on! No one steals from me!
They already did.
And anyway, how could I enter the core through the boiler room vent when I can't even reach the top of the generator?
That's true.
If anything, you should be suspicious of the taller students.
She did have a way in the boxes. Is it?
Ava grabbed one of the boxes on the concrete platform and placed it next to the generator.
That's setting myself up. Removing a box would reduce the amount of boxes on the platform from 3 to 2.
Flexing your mathematical prowess, I see.
I'm saying Damon would have noticed if a box was missing, since there's so few of them to start with. But he never noticed anything, because there were just as many boxes as there were last time.
Couldn't you just move the box back after using it?
Then the underside of the box would be wet, which it wasn't.
This I can confirm. My notes on the box's exteriors mention nothing about watermarks.
Am I wrong? This.
This is it. Ava, to reach the top of the generator, you simply stood on one of the boxes in the boiler room. There's already a huge pile of them near the generator itself. You could easily push one up against the machine.
Ah, she would have known about those boxes in advance, too, since she explored the boiler room with you ahead of time.
Okay, I could have used the boxes to reach the top of the generator. And I could have fit the cord through both vents if I inserted the right plug. I can do both of those things without attracting suspicion. What I can't do without attracting suspicion is opening the vent.
Huh?
Which vent are we talking about?
The dining hall one. Based on what Damon's saying, it needs to be opened for the killer's trap to work. But opening it during the tournament is asking to be caught, and opening it before the tournament is useless because Jet, Cassidy, and Mark would see it while setting up.
Oh yeah, you're right. If there was an open vent with a cord tied to it, I would have noticed for sure.
Now that Eva mentions it, I'm pretty sure the vent was closed during setup.
The vent was closed.
See, there's no way I can execute this trap without being caught. It's a stupid trap anyway. All the cord and vent stuff is too complicated. There's a billion ways it could go wrong. Damon's just making stuff up. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What the? That's bullshit.
Can it, you four-eyed troll? You can't talk your way out of this one.
What now? What the freak? What the fudge?
The only person who would be sick-minded enough to kill Wolfgang is you and only you! Don't you fucking try and tell me otherwise!
What? How did the suspicion land on me?
You can't say I'm the murderer just because I sat near a vent.
It seems to be pretty good evidence to me.
Wolfgang exposed you for the snake you are, and you despised him because of it. You have a motive!
Perhaps our understanding of the mechanism is wrong? Maybe it wasn't closing the vent that triggered it. But something else?
Do you have any evidence to prove that?
Even if this trap was used, you can't guarantee it operated the way Damon described.
How so?
Well, the battery could have been tied to the extension cord with a special knot which can untie by itself after a bit of time passes.
There's even less evidence for that!
Evidence? No one here cares about evidence. I just happened to be at the game tournament, and now you're saying I'm a killer.
Wow, this is super confusing.
You can't say I'm the murderer just because I sat near a vent.
Jaime, Jet, Cassidy, Jin, and Chris. 6 competed in the tournament. Oh, Eva wasn't competing in the tournament. And Mark wasn't because he's the one controlling the equipment, the music. Is it
It
this?
seems to be pretty good evidence to me.
Wolfgang exposed you for the snake you are, and you despised him because of it. You have a motive!
Perhaps our understanding of the mechanism is wrong? Maybe it wasn't closing the vent that triggered it, but something else?
Do you have any evidence to prove that?
Even if this trap was used, you can't guarantee it operated the way Damon described.
How so?
Well, the battery could have been tied to the extension cord with a special knot which can untie by itself after a bit of time passes.
There's even less evidence for that!
Evidence? No one here cares about evidence.
Wait. What about the storage closet? Hey, hi, Yuki. Yuki-san. No, there isn't a chapter 3 for now. It's only up to the chapter 1 and the prologue from like about a year back. Yep, I can try on the chapter 1, I mean the trial and everything is all there now. Or even the first round is already like how many hours? I would say it's been a very freaking long round for the first one. Wait, what am I?
To be at the game.
No, that's wrong!
So it's trying to take our focus away from the time and onto the why itself.
No, it's no coincidence you were at the game tournament. In fact, it's not even a coincidence the tournament took place during the murder.
What do you mean?
It was impossible for me to notice this earlier, but the killer timed the tournament so it would grant them an alibi for the murder.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you accusing me of murder again? I thought you said Ava was the culprit.
The detective isn't supposed to switch suspects in the last stretch like this. You're totally throwing the audience for a loop, and not in a good way.
Except neither of you played a role in determining what time the tournament would be held. The only person to determine that was Ava.
Yeah, she was saying a lot that time. She was the one who actually gave suggestion on the time for the tournament.
Ava knew she would be in the dining hall tomorrow, so when Cassidy announced the tournament, she realized it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create an alibi for herself.
That's insane. How could she have come up with something like that on the spot?
It wasn't just for an alibi either. Since Ava knew about the tournament, she could time the setup of her trap accordingly.
So to answer her question of why neither Cassidy, Jet, nor Mark noticed the open vent, when I think back on what Cassidy told me earlier today before the tournament began, I can discern exactly whenever opened the vent. Cassidy told me before the tournament began. So she opened the vent before the tournament began. Is it after breakfast?
Ava opened the vent after breakfast this morning.
You really don't think we would have noticed her messing with our stuff before the tournament?
I got it.
Cassidy,
I mean, there's just a random guess.
Ava approached you yesterday and asked to help set up the tournament. What exactly did she say?
When did I tell you this again?
Before the tournament?
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, Eva wanted to see what sort of equipment the tournament needed. After I showed her Mark's stuff and told her we were redecorating the dining hall, she offered to help.
Back when this conversation happened, you still hadn't decided what time you were going to start redecorating, right?
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Eva really helped me out, though. She said she would stack the dining hall furniture we weren't going to use later that night. Afterwards, we could focus purely on arranging the technical stuff in the morning.
Hey, Butterstick. How are you doing? Yep, you're right. It's technically... It's kind of like a Danganronpa inspired game. As you can tell, like, there's all the trials and stuff going on.
Alright. Then tell me what happened last night.
But it's surprisingly super duper good. Not gonna lie.
Jet, Mark, Eva, and I came to the dining hall at around 8:40 p.m. probably.
Jack, Brian, and I came, okay?
We stacked the table and the dining chairs against the left wall, and the sofas we moved to the middle of the room, maybe a little more to the right. Then we all went back to our dorms. Well, I was kind of hungry, so I stayed back a few minutes before leaving.
Hold the phone! If those sofa chairs were moved to the middle of the room, why did I see one over in the corner this morning?
Because Eva pushed it there.
Eva what?
She didn't want to take part in the tournament. Just watch it from the side. That's what she told
crap.
me.
It's all coming down now.
I never thought it was weird or anything. Some people just like sticking to the walls of rooms, you know?
We're talking about the sofa in the upper left corner, aye? The one next to the coffee table.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Yo, when the power went out, I'm pretty sure Damon ran over to that corner to look through. Yeah, a vent!
Did she move the chair there so it would be easier to reach the vent later?
Why would I when Cassidy just said the vent was closed during setup?
Because you were covering for yourself in advance.
Huh?
The vent may not have been open at the time, but I'm willing to bet that's because you were still creating your trap.
In what way?
Let's say Ava took a detour for the boiler room first, and slid the internal plug through both vents. After going upstairs and helping rearrange the dining hall furniture, during which she moves a sofa chair so it obscures the vent, she heads outside and hides until everyone else goes to bed. Then, she walks back in and opens the vent.
So Eva took complete advantage of them?
Not my fault those two are so trusting.
You think a big guy like me was gonna be afraid of some mathlete? No way!
I mean, she did lie about a lot of important things. Her talent being one of them.
She also cried and fled the scene after we found out, no?
I just thought it was cool. She wanted to help me out.
Hey, can we backtrack a little? Like, to before all this Ava talk?
Why? What happened?
It's to do with the chair's position.
Yes, I mean, definitely it's a killing game. A killing spree game.
You guys keep saying it was in front of the vent, but Damon stood in front of the vent during the blackout. If the chair was in the position you all say it was, it should have blocked him from crouching in front of the vent.
Ava probably just moved it during the blackout.
Eh?
Before the blackout, it was positioned with its back to the left wall.
Before the blackout, it was positioned with its back to the left wall. So now you have like you have a diagram of the overview of the dining hall.
However, when I ran over to the vent, the chair was suddenly pushed up against the northern wall, out of the vent's range.
Oh, you sure? Oh, hey, I mean, you sure you want to know who died by the stick? Like, if you want to try it again, I won't want to spoil it for you. But I'll just say it's a new guy with a boss energy, who I actually think will make it to the end. But somehow she got bad. I mean, he got clapped on just the first chapter. And yeah, then I mean, this is what it is, right?
Ava must have
There
shifted the
always
chair while everyone was
shitty,
initially
unexpected
panicking
stuff
from the
always
blackout.
happens in the first chapter. Like, what the hell's going on now? The girl we're accusing is one of my favorite characters that I actually like in this game. The one who's closest to our main character here. Eva, you know? Eva, and now I don't know where. Let's just see like how this goes. Ibama shifted the chair while everyone was initially panicking from the blackout.
I'm guessing she hoped people would misremember its position and think it was always along the northern wall.
Oh man! So I totally fell for it?
I also remember seeing a speaker in that
Oh
corner.
no way. I mean, it's more like the opposite. Well, technically you're not wrong. I think she's gonna die pretty soon.
Yeah, about that. This morning, Jet, Mark, and I arrived at the dining hall a little after 8 a.m. Then Eva came a few minutes later. She helped us put together Mark's equipment, which was stationed in the lower right corner of the room. And then she volunteered to place speakers around the room while Jet and I set up the TV next to the fireplace.
Moving a speaker near the vent. Did Eva do that to drown out Diana and Wolfgang's scuffle?
Yeah, and in turn exacerbate the effects of the other speakers. There were almost a dozen spread throughout the dining hall, some even sandwiched into corners they didn't need to be. Eva probably placed them that way to cover as much ground as possible.
Eva entered the dining hall at 8:10 a.m., right? So wouldn't it be impossible for her to knock out Lawyer Man at 8:15 a.m.?
According to Eva, she arrived around 8:10 a.m., but it's possible she actually arrived much later. Since there's no clock in the dining hall, he just couldn't have known. In fact, that might be why Eva seemed so eager to arrange Mark's equipment in the morning. Upon realizing it had a clock,
Oh wait, I'm so sorry.
she
I'm
wanted to
just
ensure it
focusing
would only
too
be
much
powered
now
on after she arrived.
on the plot. Yep, I mean, I'm quite a hard Danganronpa fan. I played almost all the original games, the anime, and so the Super Danganronpa and other series. The one that's crazy, insanely, insane spin-off from the original Danganronpa, Super Danganronpa. If you know about that. After realizing it had a clock, she wanted to ensure it would only be powered on after she arrived.
It seems the setup of this trap occurred across 3 phases. Phase 1 took place in the boiler room and involved tying a lithium battery to an extension cord. The cord was then slid through the grates of the closed boiler room vent, presumably until it almost poked out the other end of the ventilation shaft. Phase 2, by contrast, was carried out in the dining hall. The aforementioned cord was tied around the dining hall vent, which was then left open. This must have happened after Cassidy, Mark, and Jet were already done redecorating. For the third and final phase, the battery was carefully suspended over the generator. All these steps combined created a pulley system, which could only be triggered by closing the dining hall vent. Is there anything I'm missing?
How I closed the vent.
Huh?
Oh shit.
No one has explained how I closed the dining hall vent. Obviously, I didn't do it during the blackout. According to Damon, the blackout can only happen after the vent is closed. So, I must have stood up, gone behind the chair, and closed the vent during the tournament. That's stupid. Someone is definitely going to notice that sort of conspicuous movement. It doesn't matter if that someone is on the opposite side of the room. They're going to notice.
I actually think
How did we
I know
overlook such an
how
obvious
the
discrepancy?
van was already close. Never is right. Standing out will look really suspicious. Which is exactly why she used that to circumvent the problem. She used that to circumvent the problem. You mean the kitchen? When she was cooking some alcohol shit with cereal in the kitchen, right? Let's do that thing that we haven't used.
Don't think there's any fancy tricks over there. It's a bit too far from the vent.
Not allow everyone to close the vent without attracting any suspicion. Oh, sorry, the time is too quick for the main difficulty.
This is it.
The location of your chair bypasses this problem entirely. To close the vent, all you need to do is set the chair to recline and reach behind you.
Set the chair to recline?
All the dining hall chairs have the ability to recline. Some were already set to that position at the start of the tournament, including Ava's. With her chair in recline, Ava can easily reach down and close the vent without shifting from her position. It's not perfectly inconspicuous, but it's subtle enough to not catch most people's attention, especially those focused on watching a video game competition. Well, am I wrong?
This isn't funny. Just because I was sitting in front of the vent doesn't mean I was the one who triggered the mechanism.
No one can sneak up behind you without drawing attention, especially when all the lights were still on.
That's just dumb! Where I was sitting shouldn't make me a murderer.
Even so, with everything we've spoken about...
Everything? Did you already forget what was said earlier? Just look at all the items I would need to set up this murder. The battery, the extension cord, the rolling pin, the taser, the syringe, and the supposed drug used with it. How could I have collected all of those things? Wolfgang and everyone else hated me because I lied about my talent. They were on their guard whenever I was around.
Yeah, she's actually right.
You think Jet and Desmond would just let me walk into their rooms and take their stuff?
That's true. We still haven't explained how she robbed 2 people's rooms without being caught.
Unless you can prove I had the chance to get all this stuff, you can't make me out to be the killer.
Fine. I'll show proof. Only you could obtain the items necessary for this murder.
There's proof of it? She had a hunch. Are you serious?
I got it.
Ava, you were well aware of the existence of those items. For starters, everyone heard about Jet's battery. It was common knowledge due to his boasting.
Wait, so it's all my fault? Ouch.
Since the dorms aren't locked, you could have easily snuck in and grabbed the battery while no one was inside. The battery is lightweight too, so you wouldn't have trouble carrying it. For the rest of your plan, the syringe and drugs are both readily available in the pharmacy. And as for the taser, You may not have known about its existence right away, but you still had every incentive to search Desmond's room. Because you received his blackmail.
Eva? You knew my blackmail this whole time and never said anything?
So what?
Huh?
So what if I knew? I wasn't the only one. Damon knew your blackmail as well.
Sheesh.
Oh yeah, he read it out loud to everyone earlier, didn't he?
I was just trying to pin on Damien.
Damon knew almost everything I did.
Pin it on us.
He knew where the items used in this murder were stored. He knew the layout of the boiler room and the storage closets. He knew all sorts of things. The only thing he didn't know is the one thing more important than any piece of physical evidence.
The only thing he didn't know is the only thing more important than any piece of physical evidence.
The hell are you talking about?
See? You still don't know.
For now, you still can't rule out that she actually killed someone, the victim. But yeah, I mean we have to figure out this part. I mean I hope she doesn't, because I like her. One of my favorite character, but god damn it.
You still don't know that we never saw eye to eye.
Huh?
Eye to eye on the not killing each other stuff?
On Wolfgang.
Eh?
Damon saw the way Wolfgang scolded me and treated me like a bad guy, and he thought I hated him the same way he did. But unlike Damon, I never wanted Wolfgang to die.
What the?
Whoa! That's a loaded accusation!
Not a first for this trial.
If you thought you saw the worst of Damon after the dummy trial, you underestimate just how low he can stoop. I practically risked my life pretending to be his ally, but in return, he let me see the extent of his deceitfulness. Which is why I can tell everyone that Damon has Wolfgang's blackmail.
Oh gosh!
Any reason you didn't tell us this earlier?
Yeah, I mean, you should say it. That's what I was saying. Why didn't you just share it with them?
Well, I didn't think it was incriminating at first.
Not even when he refused to come forward about it?
That was weird, but I didn't want to make accusations at the time because it could have just been his ego talking. Only after watching him reject the taser gun over this dumb mechanism he made up did I realize I had potential evidence on my hands.
Damon, do you have your blackmail on you? Don't worry about reading it out loud or anything. Just show the image. That's all you gotta do.
Do you ever really never trust me? Why then did she disclose so much to me? Why did she tell me? I'm not gonna lie, I think we're just getting used by her at this point. That's what I've said so many times. You just shed Wolfgang's motive earlier in the trial. Now it backfires.
Fine. I'll show it.
I mean, you can just show it. The guy's
But
dead.
only the picture. As requested.
He's married?
Ingrid,
Oh, I think you're
Wolfgang
wrong. That's not
doesn't
him.
have blue eyes.
So, who is this then? His parents?
I mean, why else would the guy look like him?
Given the year this photo was taken, these two people must be his parents. Look at what's printed at the bottom. April 17th, 2001. We know how old Wolfgang is because of the student reports. In 2001, he wasn't even born yet.
But why his parents? Are they being held against their will?
You can't leave us hanging, Damo! You gotta read out what it says!
That's not what was asked of me. And even if I had to, I don't think someone who can't explain himself should have his secrets revealed to everyone.
Some things are better left unsaid.
For the record, I know what Wolfgang's blackmail says, but it didn't change my outlook on him. I don't think it's possible for anyone to hate someone like Wolfgang. He was always brave in the face of sheer adversity, and encouraged everyone else to act likewise. Wolfgang challenged me to be a better person. Wolfgang challenged all of us to be better people. And maybe Ava simply couldn't rise to his challenge.
Don't listen to him! He's trying to divert everyone from the truth!
Even though Wolfgang and I didn't always see eye to eye, my respect for him and his talent never wavered. Why would someone like me harm him? Me, who's been leading this trial much the same way he led the one before. I may have questioned the idea no one here would kill, but that doesn't make me someone who wants to see bloodshed.
He does! He does want bloodshed! We have all the proof he's a cold-blooded killer! Wolfgang's blackmail, which he lied about having!
No, why would you do this, girl?
But
We had
wasn't
such
Damon
a
playing...
wholesome interaction earlier, and now you're doing this to me.
Nothing he says should be trusted. Nothing he says about me, or anything else.
Oh, I trusted
It
you.
is odd that we place faith in a man who does not have faith in us. So much so, these discussions are mostly led by his own conjecture.
Damon isn't the killer, though. Why would he try to mislead anyone? Like, he and I were playing a game when the murder happened, and multiple people can vouch for us.
There you
Not
go,
to mention,
Kai.
the things he's been saying make a lot of sense.
Truth has no personal alliance. That's why.
Even if he wasn't here, we'd arrive at the same conclusion anyway.
Depends who you mean by we.
Then, you all still think I'm the killer?
Someone needs to be voted by the end of this.
Don't just say it like that!
Oh shit. No, I don't like this.
No! My ears!
How would I know?
She became Medusa.
How would I know when to drop it?
Drop what?
The battery! Damon says the killer dropped the battery when Diana was already in the boiler room. But how would I know when Diana was in the boiler room? It's not as if I could listen out for her. The music speakers are too loud.
Look at Matt over there. He's carrying his ears. I mean, the helmet already.
And the dining hall has no clocks, so it'd be impossible for me to know if it was 8:45 a.m.
Right. Only Mark's DJ pad had a clock.
Maybe Ava asked Mark for the time.
She never spoke to me.
We never spoke! I never even got up from my chair! Besides, how could I be sure Diana arrived on time anyway? If you can't explain how I knew when to drop the battery, then shut up and stop accusing me!
If I mix at this point, how did she drop battery in time? Did she just rely on chance? No, that doesn't seem likely. The entire plan fails and the timing is right. Come on, think. My years of debate taught me I need to look at this from another angle. So I had to figure out when she dropped it and how she know when the two people are in the boiler room. Basically, she has to know the time to commit all the stuff she's doing. If I just take it from the top while assuming Apple is the killer, by assuming she is the killer, she heard her enter, she guessed. She heard, right?
I wouldn't be able to hear her over the music.
Oh yeah, there's the music as well. It can't be that she saw her. I mean, she's not even in the same place as her. So there's only one way she checked the time. Huh? Even if she knew the time is too risky to assume Diana would arrive on the dot. Not to mention the fact Diana would need to be clear of the water before the trap will be activated. Oh, okay. I sort of get it now. So she has to know that Diana wasn't in the water, means that she has to somehow.
The only way the killer would have known when to spring their trap was by seeing Diana enter the room. Any uncertainty would ruin the plan, and the dining hall was too loud to hear anything over.
So where did she watch Diana from? There are only two possible places. Camera and the vent, right? Is it the camera? I mean, can she even use the camera?
Trying to look into the boiler room through the vent is impossible.
Yeah, she's right. Why do you even choose it? Camera? What?
This is it.
It's impossible to see anything from the vent, which means the only way anyone could see into the room was by using the school cameras.
Say what?
I don't understand how, but Ava must have used the camera.
Is she working with the kidnappers?
Are you kidding me? How the hell would I have access to the camera?
In order to actually see what was happening on the security cameras, what would have our net assessed? I mean, security camera, of course she needs to have access to the security room, right? Some sort of screen. Thinking about all the various clues we have discussed, I can't pinpoint anything which provide an answer to the question. It feels like deja vu. When all other options are ruled out, I can only turn towards the one which still remains. The one thing we have yet to discuss. Is it the storage closets? Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Just join the fun battle. Battle stick. Well, I mean, of course you're definitely clueless. Maybe you can try, like, you should, I think you can watch from the previous episode that I have. Yeah, that's where the investigation and the first part of the trial start. And then it should definitely make more sense for you. This is it, the final piece of the puzzle. Oh, it's the showdown. What's that called again? Oh, yep. The argument altercation. Is it called the argument altercation in the original Danganronpa? Mega bullet, noise bullet, player movement. Noise bullet are white bullets which can destroy statements. Destroy statement increases the most mega bullet location and weakens the shield. Mega bullets are green and can pierce attacks and do damage. Use focus slow the battle. Okay, it's kind of like a shooter game. Can I save us? Okay, so the enemy has a shield. And we're gonna break their shield by destroying their statements. Breaking their statement also charges your mega bullet. You will want to press F key to fire the one. Okay. Just gonna break through everything and fire away our mega bullets, I think. Holy shit.
It's Damon who's... This isn't fair! It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. I just wanted to help.
Oh, rapid fire!
This isn't fair! There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. This isn't fair! Who cares about the camera? Why would I kill anyone? I just wanted to help. Why would I kill anyone? I didn't see anything. I just wanted to help. It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious.
Shit, not going too well.
Who cares about the camera?
Ah, shit.
I just wanted to... I didn't see anything. This isn't fair. This isn't fair! Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed. Why would I kill anyone? I just wanted to help.
Stop moving.
I just wanted to. Who cares about the camera?
Stop moving.
Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help. There's no proof I killed Wolf. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang.
Oh, I can't take
It's
any
Damon who's
bullets.
suspicious. Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera?
Oh, I mean, I care.
I didn't see anything. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? Damon. I thought you trusted me. It's Damon who's suspicious.
Well, what the fuck is
I
this?
didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera?
Oh shit.
I just wanted to help. It's Damon who's suspicious. Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? I didn't see any. I didn't see it. Why would I kill any? This isn't fair. This isn't fair. It's Damon who's just. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof. Why would I kill any? It's Damon who's suspicious. It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera?
Wow, this is hot as hell.
I just wanted to help. I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera?
Stop. Wait, I
It's
just
Damon who's
missed.
suspicious. I just wanted to help. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. I just want. It's Damon who's suspicious. Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? I didn't see it. I didn't see anything. This isn't fair. There's no proof. I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help. This isn't. Damon. I thought you trusted me. Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything.
Oh,
There's
what
no
the
proof
hell?
I
Suddenly I
killed
got a
Wolfgang.
freaking machine
I
gun.
didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed. I just wanted to. There's no proof I killed
It's moving
Wolfgang.
around so much.
It's Damon who's suspicious. Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything. Why would I kill anyone? I didn't see anything. I just wanted to help. It's Damon. Why would I kill anyone? It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. It's Damon who's suspicious. Why won't you believe me? It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. Why would I? It's Damon who's suspicious. Who cares about the camera?
Holy crap!
There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof I killed... I didn't see anything. I just wanted to help. There's no proof I killed Wolf. I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang.
Whoa.
Who cares about the camera?
Rick destroying Shriek enemy. Oh, what the hell is this?
There's no proof I... Why would I kill anyone?
No way. Kidding me?
I didn't... Why won't you believe me?
Because you just won't shut up.
Fair. This isn't fair.
What the fuck is
See
this?
what I can do?
Just freaking destroyed me.
I just wanted to help. I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed. I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. Why would I kill anyone? I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I just wanted to help. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. Why would I kill anyone? It's Damon who's suspicious. It's Damon who's suspicious. Why would I kill anyone? This isn't fair. It's Damon who's suspicious. Who cares about the camera? Damon, I thought you trusted me. Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. This isn't fair. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's... I didn't see anything. Who cares about the... I didn't see anything. I just wanted to help. Why would I kill... I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed. I just wanted to help. This isn't fair. Why won't you believe me? It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't fair. I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help. I didn't see anything. Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything.
No way, not this shit again.
Why would I kill anyone? This isn't fair. I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything. This isn't fair. I just wanted to help. I didn't see anything. suspicious? Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. Why would I kill anyone? Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? Who
God
cares
damn
about
it,
the
stop
camera?
moving so much.
I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help.
I have to
Why
make
would
this
I
count.
How could I access the security camera?
Errors.
I didn't see
What
anything.
So
There's
quick.
no proof
What
I
the
killed
fuck?
Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? Why would I kill anyone?
I think it's a Resident Game console, isn't it?
This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera?
I didn't even have enough time to read the sentence.
I didn't see
Let's
anything.
freaking end it.
Why would I kill anyone? I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't fair. I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help. This isn't fair. I just wanted to help. There's no proof I killed Wolf. I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. This isn't fair. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof I killed Wolf. It's Damon who's just. I told you so.
Ah.
I didn't see anything. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. I just wanted to help. Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? This isn't fair. It's Damon who's suspicious. I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't fair. Why would I kill anyone? It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? There's no proof I killed. Who cares about the camera? Who cares about the Who cares about the camera? I thought you trusted me. Why would I kill? This isn't fair. It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't
I think it was
fair.
no friends, yo.
There's no proof I
There's just
killed
shit
Wolfgang.
going on here.
Who cares about the kid? This isn't fair. This isn't fair. It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? I just wanted to help. It's Damon who's suspicious. Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help. It's Damon who's suspicious. This isn't fair. Why would I kill anyone? It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help. Who cares about the camera? Why would I kill any? It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera?
Content.
Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to help.
I'm getting blasted left, right, center, really needy.
There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? Why won't you believe me?
Oh, is it possible to change the difficulty now?
Why would I kill Who cares about the camera?
I think what they really need here is
I
actually
didn't
to
see
let's
anything.
change the difficulty of the game.
Fair.
Like even during the game itself, during the trial,
I didn't see
not just before trial. This is getting
suspicious. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Who cares about the camera? I didn't see it. Who cares about the camera? I just wanted to. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. There's no proof I killed Wolf. This isn't. Why would I kill anyone? It's Damon who's suspicious. It's Damon who's suspicious. Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about this? Damon. I thought you trusted me. I didn't see anything. It's Damon who's suspicious. Why would I kill anyone? This isn't fair. I just wanted to help out. Why would I kill? It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. Why would I kill anyone? Why would I kill any? There's no proof of. I didn't see anything. Who cares about the camera? This isn't fair. It's Damon who's suspicious. Why would I? I just wanted to help. There's no. This isn't fair. It's Damon who's suspicious. It's Damon who's suspicious. This is. Why
stop
won't
saying
you
that.
believe me?
The crime's not on you. Why?
Who cares about the camera? There's no
Dropping
proof
shit on me.
This isn't fair. I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help. Why would I kill anyone? I didn't see anything.
Holy crap! So easy to describe the
I
move.
didn't see anything. I just wanted to help. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. I didn't see anything. Why would I kill anyone? I just wanted to help. I didn't see anything. I just wanted to help. Why? It's Damon who's suspicious. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill anyone? Who cares about the kid? I didn't see anything.
Oh, just one hit.
There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang.
Don't you dare use that shitty move again. Not now.
How could I access the security camera?
Pharaoh's personal game console.
We know the truth.
No! Don't kill me!
What you said was true.
Fine,
Ava.
wherever.
Whether or not the trap works depends on if the killer can see inside the boiler room. Which begs the question, how does the killer see inside? They can't just get on their knees and peek through the vent. Everyone in the dining hall would notice. Besides, the vent probably offers very little in the way of an actual view of the room.
Exactly! It's impossible!
Right. It's impossible. From this particular angle. If I switch perspectives, your entire argument comes completely undone.
What do you mean?
Ava assumes I'm taking only one factor into account. Her position at the time of Wolfgang's murder.
Eva assumes I'm taking only one factor into account. Her position at the time of Wolfgang's murder.
Little does she know that in ruling out that factor, she's led me straight to another. A certain item which could have granted her the ability to see inside the boiler room. An item that, like the chemical smell, only makes sense when all other options have been ruled out.
The game console she brought with her to the tournament.
Ava had a game console?
She wanted to get in the spirit of the tournament without being directly involved, or so she claimed. But when every other option has been ruled out, what else can we look to but the one that's yet to be addressed?
Are you saying she saw inside the boiler room using the console?
So he played live footage of the room?
Sounds like a stretch.
If I'm wrong, Ava should be able to prove her innocence.
Why is her console able to do this in the first place?
Go on, Ava. Show us the console.
Huh?
I don't think she has the console on her, dude.
She has to. She never had an opportunity to slink away and dispose of it.
What about the blackout?
When the blackout first hit, people were disorientated for about a minute at most. Ava likely spent those 60 seconds in doing the cord and moving the chair. Between then and now, she's never been alone. The only exception was when she and I split up to investigate the dining hall and the dorms respectively. However, the laundry room, dining hall, and courtyard all had people in them, so I doubt she hid the console in any of those rooms. And the janitor closet? That room has been locked for days now. She obviously couldn't hide the console there. Which means, it must still be on her person. Like I said earlier, if I'm wrong about the console, you can take it out right now and show everyone its contents.
What are you waiting for? Quit hiding the stupid thing and show it!
You're just trying to make me look bad.
Oh, damn. We're still doing this.
You don't know what you're talking
Can't
about.
believe it.
You're just jealous of me. You're jealous of me and my talent. That's all you are. Jealous.
What?
Hey, why not just pull out the console?
Yes, show us the console and then you'll be done with this.
No! Eh? I don't have to show anyone anything.
That's the most suspicious thing you could say.
It's not suspicious. I'm telling the truth.
That's obviously a lie.
Why go through the effort of mentioning Wolfgang's blackmail if you won't reveal this?
Now that I think back on it, Ava had been staring at her console the entire tournament. I thought it was weird, coming all the way over to the dining hall when she could have just stayed in her dorm.
Well, where did she obtain this console? We should discuss those details before continuing any more with these accusations.
She said she won it from Tozu's gotcha thing.
Seems natural you would stock that machine with dangerous items. With this being a killing game and all.
Between 14 impossible culprits and one possible killer, there's no need to sort out the facts further.
Ava, you're the only one we can vote for.
That's such twisted logic. You're going to vote for me without being completely sure I'm even guilty?
There's no need to be completely sure if no one else can be suspected.
In case anyone still doubts Ava is the killer, I'll go through the case one last time. And once all the pieces are laid out for everyone to see, I'll prove she's the killer.
Now
Once and for
here
all.
we go. Closing argument.
This is how it happened.
Now I finally got our pieces together.
This case was directly incited by the motive Tozu introduced, in which everyone here received another person's blackmail. Amidst the chaos that spawned, the killer saw an opportunity to commit a murder. They sent letters to two people, Wolfgang Akide, who they planned to kill, and Diana Venezia, who they planned to frame. Wolfgang and Diana were asked to meet in the boiler room in 2 days' time. Wolfgang's letter told him to arrive at 8:15 a.m., while Diana's told her to arrive.
The messages threatened to expose our blackmail, so we had no choice but to follow their instructions.
At this point, the killer probably knew the way they were going to kill Wolfgang. Hence, how they reacted to this next piece of information. The following morning, it was revealed that Cassidy and Jet were going to hold a game tournament.
The point was for people to spend time together and not think murdery thoughts. But little did we know, a would-be killer was lurking nearby. And how? The killer emboldened their own plans and made it so the tournament would happen at 9 a.m.
Did you just agree with yourself?
Both Wolfgang and Diana turned down the offer, which must have been music to the killer's ears, since it confirmed their plan was working. The killer took this as a sign to commence the next phase of their plan. Later that evening, they went downstairs to the boiler room and began preparing the murder weapon.
Though it might be more accurate to call it a murder mechanism, the killer wrapped an extension cord as tightly as they could around a car battery, which had been stolen from Jet's room.
We can kind of like hear the Danganronpa team on the back. Oh, Jet.
I imagine the battery must have been sitting on top of the generator. Wouldn't want to risk an explosion by bringing lithium too close to the water.
The killer avoided opening the boiler room vent for this segment, probably because they knew I'd remember it being closed originally.
A crucial part of the killer's plan would involve sliding the cord through the boiler room vent and out the other end into the dining hall. So they could then walk upstairs to the dining hall and tie the protruding part of the cord to the dining hall vent.
Funnily enough, the killer was going to be needed in the dining hall very shortly.
Yeah, to help Cass and me rearrange the dining hall's furniture. We were saving the whole thing for next morning, but they convinced us to do it that night instead.
Their intentions were threefold. Create an alibi, hide the vent with a piece of furniture, and then open the vent in secret. After which, they'd return to the boiler room and suspend the battery over the generator.
Which brings us to today. Knowing better than to head downstairs without protection, Wolfgang went to the kitchen and armed himself with a knife. Toshiko didn't notice a knife on him when the two met in the hallway, so he must have hidden it in his blazer.
Wolfgang arrived inside the boiler room at 8:15 a.m., exactly like his letter requested. As he was waiting, the killer snuck up behind him.
And he got smacked right in the head with that steel rolling pin and crumpled like paper.
A syringe was then used to inject Wolfgang with a sleeping drug, ensuring he would remain in the boiler room until Diana arrived.
The killer might have, left the taser on the floor around this time.
but that doesn't actually explain why Ruben has hallucinations. He was just sleeping drunk, no more.
Yeah, the taser they swiped from my dorm. They must have decided to raid the place after receiving my blackmail. If I'd heard about the taser sooner, I could have gotten rid of it, as well as whatever else my blackmail supposedly mentions.
Save the angsting for later, will you?
Anyway, back on topic. Wolfgang was left to lie in the partially flooded area of the boiler room, while the killer ran upstairs to help set up Mark's music equipment.
They didn't care about the equipment. They just wanted to put a speaker next to the vent, because it would drown out the fight which was gonna happen later.
Don't forget the digital clock! They wanted to get there before that became available. Don't need people knowing what time you actually arrived.
My letter said to meet at 8:45 a.m., so that's when I got to the boiler room. I made sure to close the door behind me, just as the message told me to.
Bad idea. Killer flipped the doorknob so that the lock was on the outside instead of the inside. You locked yourself in!
The room was really dark too. I didn't even see the suspended battery, only the blinking security camera. And then, Wolfgang, he got up on his feet all of a sudden, and he started crying and saying these weird things. I tried to keep him calm and asked him to come over to me, which he actually did. But the very next second, he attacked me with his knife.
The drugs probably gave him a frightening hallucination, and he perceived you as a threat.
He was screaming at me, and I was screaming back. No one from the tournament could hear us over the music. At one point, I even picked up the taser, but then I threw it back down again.
And that's when the killer decided it was time. Having set their chair to recline, they were able to casually reach down and close the vent behind them. This lowered the extension cord, causing the car battery to enter the water and discharge a huge amount of electricity. Wolfgang, who was still standing in the water, was electrocuted instantly. The battery itself exploded upon reacting with the water, which the killer was likely banking on as a way to destroy evidence. All of this happened right under my nose. No one could have guessed that someone present at the tournament was committing murder.
The explosion also damaged the generator and caused the blackout. Everyone ended up stumbling around in the dark.
Not for long, though. We quickly came back to our senses and agreed to look for a backup generator on the underground floor.
I used a hairpin to unlock the boiler room door and ran outside, but you guys had already made it downstairs.
That's when you say you ducked around a corner and out of sight. Only after everyone went inside the closets did you then dash upstairs.
It's a good thing she did. Otherwise, we'd have found her alone in a room with Wolfgang's dead body. We would have wrongly assumed Diana was the killer, and died as a result. This complicated scheme calls to mind only one person. One person who just so happened to be sitting in a certain sofa chair.
That person is you, Ava Sunaka.
It's over. Ava, we know the truth.
It's not fair. This isn't fair. This isn't fair.
My blood is rushing!
Oh, I'm glad it's finally over.
Well done.
This isn't fun.
Such a spoilsport.
No, look at her.
There must be
Laura, why
something.
did you do this? Yeah, why?
Come on.
No, was she being forced into this?
This is...
You...
Such disrespect! Rubbish.
Son of a bitch!
Holy!
Fuck you!
Shit.
Well, maybe it doesn't count as breaking the rules if it's done for the purpose of the murder. Oh, there's a rule about it. Damn, so there's exceptions.
Stop lying!
This looks bad.
What's all this about?
Yeah,
Slow down.
I see, I see.
Brutal!
You...
What?
That ain't it. Who? Me?
Not okay!
Pathetic. Huh?
Impossible!
Plot twist!
The Trader Pro.
Holy!
Is it like a survivor perk? Similar to Rantaro from Danganronpa Tree?
That was very...
Well done. I see.
I think it should not be... I mean, it should be an easy task for her, since she's
Well,
the opium madlass. She's the one dealing with numbers.
How?
It's probably related to her ultimate talent. Yeah, and the poster as well. The one that only... I think only Era saw the poster, right?
Well done.
In the lab.
No.
Pathetic.
Plot twist!
Is an ingredient? For real?
Twisted!
Why the long face?
Shit.
Anybody?
Who? Me?
Damn it.
Oh, crud!
But then...
What?
Nonsense.
You.
Hang on.
Watch it.
What a joke.
Stop it!
Whoa!
Shut up!
Bro?
You really let me down. Ugh.
Huh?
That was so messed up. No, poor girl. She just want to be accepted for who she was.
I don't understand. Why?
Don't say that!
I don't want to.
No.
How can you believe that?
Shut it! Fuck you!
Sheesh.
How can that be?
Honestly? Shocking.
My thoughts exactly.
Nope.
What did you say?
Nonsense!
Who? Me?
Dude, no!
F off, Tutu.
This isn't fair!
Worthless.
No! Stop it!
Dumbass!
Holy!
The show must go on.
I won't believe.
My blood is rushing.
Don't kill me! I want to live. I deserve to live. I'm going to live. I'm going to live!
Or Eva. Brutal. Come on, you can make it. You can make it. Through all the shit.
I can't handle it!
There's no way.
Isn't this lovely? Moving on.
I'll be damned!
Terrible. Just terrible!
Get out.
I can't believe it.
Oh,
Was my reality. The fear of death had already been heavy on my shoulders ever since the killing game was announced, but now it had completely enveloped me.
It's all my fault.
Whoa!
It is how it is.
I can do this.
Believe me.
Pardon me. Like a chameleon, I will adapt. I'll follow in Wolfgang's footsteps and continue what he wasn't able to accomplish. I'll become something new.
So sad.
Hold on.
Skinny freaking depressing.
We won't back down. You've got to be kidding me. What?
Can this get any worse? Moving on.
Mm-hmm. Get lost.
Ingrates. Good evening. Isn't this lovely?